I just returned from Disney World early this morning to 19 degrees, snow in my driveway, and beautiful memories of a 2-week vacation in Disney World. I guess it's back to reality and the real world. Not yet. Let's go geeking on Walt Disney World.
Are you ready for a fun-filled hour of food favorites, resort hopping, and hanging out with Disney World geeks? It's now time to go geeking on Walt Disney World. Here's our dad and co-host. Hollywood was impressed with his performance in crowd scenes at the Indiana Jones stunt show. He never misses an 11 a.m. margarita at the Mexican Pavilion. And Mike Wazowski is still raving about his performance as that guy over at Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Curtis Stone.
Welcome home, Disney World geeks. This week on the show, you'll hear about our first few days in Walt Disney World with the first of many live trip recordings on episode 217 of the Geekin' on Walt Disney World podcast. I am your Geekin' Family Podfather, Curtis Stone, and we are the family-friendly father-daughter podcast that will feed your passion for Walt Disney World by sharing our experiences and opinions, as well as others from our community of passionate Walt Disney World geeks. I'm so excited you're here with us listening to our show, and we consider you family, part of our Geekin' family. Join us every Monday as we share travel tips, resort reviews, and lots of food talk through our live trip reports, like this one, interviews with our Geekin' family members about their trips, and special guest roundtables on fun Disney World topics from Geekin' family members all around the world. We take pride in the awesome and positive community in our Geekin' family. So come join us to share in our love for Walt Disney World and each other. And I bet you'll learn something to try on your next vacation. Hey geeks, I am back from a fabulous vacation down in Walt Disney World. It was so much fun. You're going to hear all about it in the coming weeks for sure. We get started today with a live trip report. It's Sunday. It's Super Bowl day. Hope you're having a good time or had a good time watching the Super Bowl. Hope you're, depending on what team you're rooting for, I guess. But also, I'm going to give you a live trip report today. This is from our vacation. Just got back about, 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. I was in the airport stringing together some of these recordings that I do with my recorder down there in the parks. I've got the binaural headphones. This one is going to be dominated by some coffee walks, actually. Some time that I spent down at the All-Star Movies for the first couple of nights. And you do get a live in-park recording of the Jungle Cruise. And also we spent some time over at Kidani, one night at a DVC that we used our points for, and it was a 2-bedroom over in Kidani, so you'll get some coffee walks from there. I had an amazing time meeting up with listeners on this trip. It's just so fascinating and awesome. You're going to hear all about that a little bit on this recording as I talk about it in the coffee walk. I got to meet longtime listener and super geeker Heather Brainerd and her husband Rich. That was awesome. And you also hear us talk about the first meetup that we had on a Saturday. I think it was the 20th, if I'm remembering right. It was fantastic. You'll hear me talk about that a little bit. I also met a new listener who liked my Geekin' shirt. She's an engineer, Jocelyn Pasty, her name is. And I actually run into her a couple times, and you'll hear me on my coffee walk talking with her. Actually, it's a lot of fun. You also hear me talking to a cast member when we first got there, Ken and I, and we brought the car over with all the bags, that kind of thing. And we talked to one of the cast members from South Africa over in the safari part of Kidani. And hey, I just got to say thank you so much. A big shout out to Adeline, who gave me a picture of Baloo that she drew for me. That is Jamie McGee's daughter. So great to meet all those guys. You'll hear me talk about, I'll list all the names of who we met up with. So I won't introduce this anymore. Let's get to the live trip reporting down in Walt Disney World for the first few nights or days of my amazing trip with Mama, Auntie Judy, and our good friend Ken. So let's do it. Hey geeks, this is Curtis. It is the first day of my vacation and my first coffee walk. I am at the All-Star Movies. I just walked out of my room. I'm on the third floor and I am in the 101 Dalmatians. I'm actually looking out at these two huge Dalmatian dogs looking at each other. When you come up the elevator, you see the back end and their tails. This big dog here. I'm in room 1959, and it is kind of a maze to get back, so I am actually a little bit lost because I just got in here last night and everything went well. It was a really good flight coming down. It is chilly here. That is the big talk right now. Everything is cold. You know what? I'm going to take the stairs. I just hit the elevator, but you know what? I'm going to take the stairs. It is about 6 o'clock in the morning. I got up at my regular time. I've been getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning lately. It just gets into that habit, getting to bed early and getting up early. And then even on vacation, it gets hard to break. But I did fall back asleep till about 5:30, and here I am coming out. The mission this morning is to find. I just came out right in front of the dogs, which is different. I came in the back way, I know, last night with Judy and Ken. But the mission this morning, right now, oh cute, there's a little puppy watching a kind of big, huge TV that's got a big empty screen. Really cool. Oh, you know what? There's the pond pool over there. So I bet that's a quiet pool. I'm going to make my way over here to the left. Cinema Hall, Fantasia pool with arrows. I kind of think I know where I am, because when I was here with Lindsay in May, when I picked her up from her college program, I was in the building on the other side here. So I don't think I'm too far of a walk. It is chilly. I think they said it was 38 degrees this morning. All right, so the mission this morning is to get the bags, because we called to the desk last night. Our bags were not in the room, which I wasn't too surprised because we just, got right over here after our flight got in about a little bit after 8, and then it was a little bit of a while before we sat down. We were like the first ones that got on the Magical Express, and then we had to wait a little bit of a while. We were actually, maybe my timings are all off, but we were here about 9:45. I know we were eating about 10 o'clock last night, starving. All we had was those crackers on the plane and a little bit of peanuts. And so we were pretty hungry by the time I ate so fast. So I'm going over here to see. Someone knocked on the door. By the time I got my pants on and got to the door, they were gone. But yeah, I'm going to come over here and see if I can't get my bags. And then I'm going to bring them over to Mom so she can get dressed. And then I will go on the official Get the Coffee Walk. So I guess right now it's not the coffee walk, it's the Get the Bag Walk. All right. All right, I see the luggage assistance sign said 7 a.m. open. So I went to the front desk and they said we put up a sign that said do not disturb on our door. So I go back and ask Mom, because I know when she called for our luggage that they told her to put a sign up there, and I don't know what they told her, but she probably put the wrong sign there. So I did hear them knock last night. And then by the time I got my clothes on, they were gone. So she said They said if I go back to my room and take the sign off, they will deliver the luggage. So that's that. All right. Hey, a really interesting thing here at the All-Stars. And by the way, I really enjoyed the bed last night. That was always been the thing that Mom always talked about. The time we stayed at Pop, and she was really felt like the beds were. That was the big complaint about the Value Resort. But I thought it was really comfortable. Interesting to see how she felt, how she slept last night. And a new development here at the resort with the shampoos and the gels, shower gels and conditioner for you hoarders of those little individual plastic bottles. I think they've are on to you because let's see, am I in the right place? I hope I'm in the right place. Building 1. I didn't pay attention to what building I'm in. I think I'm going to go, yeah, all right, I know where I'm going. Yeah, they take away those little individual plastic bottles, and now they have, in the shower, they have permanent fixtures where a little squirt bottle, and you dispense it to take your shower and shampoo. And I was thinking at first, boy, they could go through a lot more, but if I think about it, all of us that have brought home those individual bottles that were full, they're probably going to save in the end. And it'll be interesting again to hear how Mom feels about that thing being changed out. It is still a nice smell. And all right, I am going to get up to my room here and make that change on the door. And then I will talk to you guys as I go and get my coffee. All right, I checked the little card that you put out on the door, and it said room occupied, and it says it on both sides of the card. And so, I don't know, I gotta ask Mom what she was told to do, because I thought she was told to put one side and not the other, but both sides said the same thing. So we will see. Her first thing, she is raring to go. She is ready to rope drop, and now she's concerned we're not going to make it for rope drop without our luggage. She's excited to get rolling. She wants to do Commando, I know, the first couple of days. We're going to do Magic Kingdom this morning. We've got some fast passes there, and I'm not sure why, but we're doing half day at Magic Kingdom, and then we're going over to Epcot. And I believe Mom said that they really wanted to do the art festival over at Epcot, so they wanted to do that also. 2-day little park hopping. All right, so yesterday was my birthday, and thanks for everyone leaving me all the messages on Facebook. That was a lot of fun. I was chatting and working the Facebook. Oh, a little bunny, 2 little bunnies right here on the path, big fat one. Hello, buddy, right next to me. So it was fun talking on Facebook, and Judy was already meeting up geek family meetings. She already met up with Madison, and she met Rich from the One Little Spark podcast yesterday. She is a social butterfly, already checking up with people. I think we've got close to 20 people that we could meet up with down here. And funny enough, I was in the airport and I recognized somebody. So we were there Thursday night. Got to the airport about 2 o'clock. And, we left at 2 o'clock. So we were there probably 3-ish. We like to get to the airport really plenty early at time because we were boarding at 5 o'clock. And I see it was pretty crowded there. Other flights were coming in and going. And I see someone I recognize. And it was a guy from work. Matter of fact, it was a guy, Bob Proctor. I know you're listening to the podcast. I know you like my coffee walk. So shout out to Bob Proctor, was there with his wife. I had no idea he was going. I know he's a DVC member. We talk about Disney on occasion. And he's been an owner for some time. Him and his wife were going to stay at Old Key West for a couple of days. And then Saturday, they're doing a week on the Disney cruise ship. So that is exciting. They were fun. He was listening to my podcast. His wife said they listened also. And here I am at the coffee place. And I'll tell you about our dinner last night. And I'll be right back to you after I get my Joffrey's coffee. Okay, I've got my coffee and it's not very crowded here at all. Only a handful of people. Just after 6 o'clock in the morning. I bet they open up at 6. I'm going to take a walk over here and see the gift shop. Oh, there's a game room here. Real fun arcade. And I know, yeah, they're all chained up here. There's the front desk again. They've got a big mural of stormtroopers where you can take your picture. All right, there's the gift shop. They got a bunch of Beauty and the Beast mugs out front. Okay. I'm not looking forward to going back to the room. I think Mom's anxiety about the bags being there is going to drive me nuts. So she's going to be all crazed until she gets her bag, I'm sure. And the fact that she's missing getting into the rope drop might be a problem. Wow, what a cool game room. Boy, when I was a kid, this would have been the coolest thing. They have the world's largest Pac-Man, big screen here. Galag. They got all these old games when I used to go to arcades when I was a kid, and they got a bunch of sit-down car driving, pinball machines. You know, amazing technology they have today. Oh, wow, that is really cool. They have this world's largest Pac-Man. It's like a big, huge screen taller than me. Well, that is a lot of fun for kids. I know it was when I was a kid. I used to love to go to the arcade. Mom, for my birthday, she found a markdown retro game. I would say it's a small unit that is got all of the Atari games, 101 Atari games or something like that. I just had enough time to plug it in quickly and check it out. It's got the original kind of like joysticks like Atari. That was such a big thing when I was a kid. All right, well, I am now out in front of the Fantasia pool, and it's still dark out here. They've got like fog on the pool. No one's going to be going swimming at 38 degrees, I don't think. But the weather's going to look up. It's going to be getting into the 60, or big 60s and 70s for the week, starting tomorrow. Today will be the coolest. But I'm excited to be here. So for dinner last night, we were starving. Boy, I ate fast. And I don't know, you guys might not know this about me, but one of the things that I love back home are grinders, and my favorite is an Italian grinder, or sub as the blends are called. And hey, the same bunny, he's back in that same spot. It must be good grass right there. And so they had a grinder. It was like $12.99, and it was really good. They heated it up. They had lettuce, tomato, and peppers, and cheese and all the different meats. It was really good, and they put some salad dressing on it. And then they had 2 sides you could get with that. They had potatoes, if you wanted, or the yummy homemade chips, which I really like. I got some of those, and I'm kind of a connoisseur of coleslaw, so I had some coleslaw. That was really good. Got my mug. Oh, here's the big news, too, for the dinner. We bought the Tables in Wonderland last year, and ours is expired, and Ken and Judy have one this year. So we were able to use the Tables in Wonderland 20% discount card at the food cart at the All-Stars, which was really cool, and I didn't expect that at all. And then we were able to, I even got my mug for 20% off, and so that is awesome. I just hope it lasts for my whole stay, because I'm going to be here a couple weeks. All right, I am back at my room. So far, other than the luggage, it's a good start. Looking forward to hitting the parks and talking to you guys for 2 weeks. See you later.
And welcome aboard the world famous Jungle Cruise, everyone, where we are world famous for being famous around the world. My name is Skipper Liz, and I'll be your skipper, your tour guide, your lion tamer, your dance instructor, your snake charmer, and if you don't laugh at my jokes, I'll be your swim coach. So just a few safety reminders to remain seated. Keep your hands, arms, feet, legs inside the boat at all times. Parents, please supervise your children. Now, we've started off our cruise on the Amazon River in the Amazon rainforest, where it rains 365 days a year. That's just about every day. There's a lot of really cool animals out here. We've got these beautiful butterflies off to the other side of the boat. Now, they are absolutely gorgeous, but the most impressive thing about them is their wingspan. They can grow anywhere from 12 inches to a whopping 1 foot. Yeah, it's pretty clear to see why we call them the rulers of the jungle. They're the real monarchs. And just over here, folks, is Inspiration Falls. You know, a lot of people wonder how it got its name. Well, because the longer that you stare at it, the more it inspires you to go. Deeper and deeper into the jungle. And just around the bend here, looks like we're heading into the Congo River, which is way over in Africa. And while we're here, I would like to ask, has anyone ever seen the Jungle Book? A few people, all right, cool. Well, if you've never seen it before, maybe you'd really like to see it again. Here it is. It's in 3D. And I talked to my pygmy friends. They throw awesome parties. They've thrown a really great welcoming party for you guys right over here on the beach. Oh, well, that's awkward. No one showed up. At least I can't see anyone. Canoe. Okay, it's kind of weird. They're usually out there. I don't know, maybe something scared them off. You guys see anything that might have scared off my pygmy friends? Big snake? Oh, yeah, wow, that's a python. You know how I know that's a python and not a boa? There's no feathers. Yeah, so we're just going to stop at my camp, pick up some snake repellent, and looks like my roommates are home, trashing everything I own, as usual. Good news, though, I couldn't get my Jeep started this morning. Looks like they got it to turn over for me. Yeah, they must have used a monkey wrench. So now we've just turned down the Nile River, which we did because it was just too loud. Now, while we're out here, I would like to point out some of my favorite plants.
Down the Nile.
I didn't get it. I wasn't paying attention.
I just got it.
You got new jokes.
Just over here, folks, we have an African elephant. Watch this. Speak! Come on, louder! Good boy. All right, over here's our sandstone formation. I like to point it out because a lot of people take it for granted. It's one of our boulder attractions here. And personally, I think it rocks. Now here on the African belt, we have some really cool animals. We've got the long-necked cheetahs in the back over there. There's some black buffalo down there in the front. And the lions over here, they're illustrating our first rule of the jungle. Don't be a zebra. Oh man, there's that safari. Oh, I've been looking for those guys everywhere. Sure looks like they're having a lot of ups and downs. But they are illustrating our second rule of the jungle. You can't outrun a rhino. And I'm sure we'll get the point in the end.
That face on the bottom guy is the same face of the guy, the only living human in the Haunted Mansion.
Ah, okay. I'm going to look for him.
Yeah, the one that owns the lantern.
Oh, okay.
Straight ahead here, folks, is that beautiful Schweitzer Falls. Schweitzer Falls got its name from the famous African explorer, Dr. Albert Falls. It's okay if you don't know much about it. We'll go over it later. Now, you know, I get a lot of questions here, but the most common is, Skipper Liz, how'd you get your job on the Jungle Cruise? Well, I think it's pretty plain to see that I took a crash course, and this is where I landed. Yeah, I've just been kind of winging it ever since. My career didn't really take off the way I thought it would. You know, when you've been in the jungle as long as I have, you begin to smell. Danger, that is. We've entered into a full of hippopotami. Now, it doesn't take them long to capsize a boat like this. We've actually lost 6 this last week. Don't worry, you guys. Only 5 of them were mine.
Hippo, rescue baby hippo animal.
I know, yeah, definitely.
circle. You know what that means? They've forgotten how to square dance. It's a tragedy. Well, speaking of tragedy, the natives on this side, they like to practice their Shakespeare. To throw or not to throw? That is the question. Right, I just step ahead here, folks. I know this is what everyone's been waiting for the entire Jungle Cruise. It is the eighth wonder of the world. The fifth Line of Water! O2H, O2H, O2H. Now from there we head into Southeast Asia, deep in the heart of Cambodia. We're on the Mekong River, and up ahead is the Khmer Temple. It looks like there's been a bit of an earthquake here recently, so we can't use the main entrance. We're going to try out this side one. Not entirely sure if we're going to find in there. You know, well, it could be kind of dangerous. Or there could be excitement and treasure and adventure.
The ducks are on top of the...
Yeah, whatever it is, well, it sure looks pretty painful.
The
Like
ducks are on top of the alligator. Ferocious alligators when the ducks are sleeping on top of them.
I know.
Yeah, why is she looking the other way?
Oh, Ava, watch out! Oh, there, here comes him. Watch out, guys. Duck, 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 duck. Goose. Now, there's a couple of really cool plants out here. If you look just up there, that's a hibiscus. And then just underneath it, the little gold leaves over there, that's a lobiscus. There's a whole bunch touching the water. You can see them all up and down the boat. Those are really neat. Those are sea hibiscus. Now, no Jungle Cruise would be complete without a visit from my good friend Trader Sam. Trader Sam over here is our head salesman of the jungle. And he's got a really great deal for you today. 2 of his heads for just 1 of yours. And no matter how you slice or dice it, you come out ahead. Any takers? That's too bad. You know, Trader Sam, he's a really nice guy. He actually invited me to this dinner party the other night, but I was about 20 minutes late, and he was kind of upset. So I got the cold shoulder. There was nothing left but finger foods. Oh. He brought his own lunch to work the other day, and I told him that his wife makes a really great stew, and he's like, yeah, I know, but I'm sure gonna miss her. It's the first time in his village to ever go to college. Yeah, but he got kicked out. He was caught buttering up his professor. But even after that, he still became the head chef and one of our sponsors here, the Cannibal Cafe. Now, they're constantly thinking up new and exciting ways of serving you. Costs an arm and a leg to get a reservation. Totally worth it. Cannibal jokes. They're in bad taste. But most people just eat them up. Now we are approaching the end of our cruise. I'd just like to remind everyone to remain fully seated. Keep those hands, arms, feet, legs, elbows, all that stuff inside the boat. I'd hate for anyone to experience any unnecessary peer pressure. Because as you'll notice, we do have a dock on the left over here, and there's also a dock on the right. And that can be a little confusing sometimes. Yeah, we call that our paradox. Yeah, and there's a couple people in khaki over there. Those 2 are going to be unloading you from the boat. That's our paradorks. Now, you know, I had a really great time with you all today, and, well, you know what they say. Time flies like an arrow. and fruit flies like a banana. And, okay, so we're going to be making 2 stops up here. The first stop, Skipper Linda here, is going to be attaching a rope to this boat. I'm going to have y'all stay seated for that one, okay? So we can, we're going to be teaching this rope a lesson. Skipper Linda, what are we teaching the rope today?
2 plus 2 is 4.
2 plus 2. Okay. I don't know if I know that. We'll figure it out. Rope secure. All right, so stay seated. So, I think you take 2, and then there's a plus sign, and then you have another 2. And I think they're supposed to be equals, and then I think it's 5. Look at that. The rope is taut. Get it? Get out. I'm sorry, that was so rude. Please. Get out. Everybody want to stand on up all at once, going to help balance out the boat. That's no joke. A standing ovation. You should have. Watch your head, watch your step, use the handrails necessary. Don't cross over anything in the middle. That wouldn't be a great idea. Thank you for trying to start that video, sir. I do appreciate it. That was very nice of you. The one person that tried. Watch your head, watch your step. I saw it. That was the only reason. Watch your head, watch your step. Have a great day in the Magic Kingdom, everybody. And always remember, I need a hand.
I got one.
That way you never forget. It's super important. You know, I really enjoyed taking you all around the rivers today. Hope you enjoyed being taken. That came out wrong. Thank you.
Strong.
I meant to say because I really enjoyed it.
That was almost a whole new repertoire.
Yeah, new jokes. New jokes.
Really good.
Just working on a routine. Well, good morning, geeks. I just stepped out of my room. It's Saturday morning after our full first day here at Disney World. I'm at the All-Star Movies, or at the 101 Dalmatians, making my way over for a coffee. Feeling good. I kind of slept in for me yesterday. I wanted to wake up at 4 o'clock like I usually do at home. That internal time clock is really strong with me. But I got up at like 5:30 this morning. Good. I had a good long day yesterday. And I checked my watch. Coming out of Epcot last night, we were at just about 20,000 steps, or 10 miles of walking. A good, decent day. And I thought we took it easy too, from our standards. And just to finish the story from yesterday with the luggage, after I saw the front desk and told them we didn't have our luggage, went to get a coffee. By the time I got back to my room, the luggage had already been delivered. So, tragedy averted. Mom was all set. We got on over to Magic Kingdom, just Mom and I. Judy and Ked stayed in a little bit. And we were heading on over for early magic hours at Magic Kingdom, which was perfect. The crowds were great. You get the security, by the way, now as soon as you get off the buses, and not a bad bus ride over at the All-Stars now. Another important thing to note is they have individual buses for each of the 3 All-Star resorts, which I'm sure is making the bus system much more efficient. And noticed that last night coming home, although it took a little while for ours. Of course, we were the 3rd of the 3 to show up. But anyways, it was good. Got over there, Magic Kingdom, Mom and I. The crowds are really pretty good. It was a little bit chilly, but definitely doable. I know it was a little bit, about 10 degrees colder, I think, the day before. Not too bad I just wore a sweatshirt. It was fine. And they get you into the Magic Kingdom. Mom was really excited to get into Fantasyland, and that's a great strategy. Get there early. There was a decent line to the right side of the castle getting ready. Some people were going off over to Tomorrowland, and a lot of people, as soon as they let you loose, were heading on over to the mine train, which is a great diversion, so that we could go and do Peter Pan. That's always our strategy. Mom loves Peter Pan. Well, we also got some great pictures when they let you in kind of early. Great time to do those photo pass pictures in front of the castle, so we got that. thanks to everybody on Facebook for liking those pictures. I think there was well over 110 likes for the one Mom and I took there. Altogether, lots of activity on Facebook yesterday. Glad you guys are enjoying our trip as we are here too. I'm in front of the Fantasia pool here, All-Star Movies. Second of 2 nights staying here, and we're transferring over to Animal Kingdom Kidani Village for 1 night in a 2-bedroom. So looking forward to that. Going over there this morning. But all right, so we did all our usual Fantasyland. Got, really efficient. It was kind of fun. We were in line with 2 young ladies in the queue for Peter Pan, it's good to do the queue there because it's got a lot of interaction and it's a fun queue. You don't want to miss that queue. That's the one I don't like, the Fast Pass, because you can go into the Darla's bedroom area there and see Tinkerbell and have fun. But 2 young ladies from California, and they were here for the very first time, really commenting how large Disney World is. They were here the first time, first day in Magic Kingdom. Told them I had a podcast, gave them my card. They were a lot of fun. All right, I am already at the coffee. We got preferred building here at All-Star, so I'm here quick. And nobody is here. Hardly. So let me get my coffee. All right, got my coffee, and again, it's empty in here, which is great. When you get your coffee, you got to wash out your mug. That's a great spot here to wash out your mug first. And this is Joffrey's coffee, and it's so good. All right, yeah, had some fun with some ladies in line there. That was great. We were telling them about things to do, and they had a good strategy. She goes, glad we did our research correctly. And they had a fast pass for the mine train. Yeah, the mine train was pretty, even though it's a low crowd, most people went there, so that's a long line to rope drop. And so we did our Fantasyland rides, and then we did meet up with Auntie Judy over at the Jungle Cruise. We had a really good skipper, and I enjoyed the Jungle Cruise. It was fun, and I did record that. And I didn't do a lot of recording during the day yesterday. I was just trying to take in and have lots of fun, enjoying the parks. The plan was to do Magic Kingdom in the morning and then some Epcot in the afternoon. We had a fast pass for Haunted Mansion, but by the time we got over there, well, actually before that, let's see, we did the Tiki Room, and then we also went over and watched the kids and Jack Sparrow do the pirate training. Really enjoyed that. Well, I watched the kids. There were some really cute kids. I wish I was taking video. They were fantastic. They get all dressed up. Some of them too from over at the Pirates ride, the Pirate League they call it. And you can get a full costume and a pirate and skull painting. It's great. We did our Pirates Fast Pass, and it was definitely needed. The Fast Passes were, again, Ken and I were talking, there are no downtimes. And actually had a geek meetup later. We were talking with those folks, and they were saying that I'll save that for last, which is the best part of the day and trip so far. But we also tried mobile ordering for the first time, and Mama had actually a little bit of a problem. Judy didn't have a problem, but Mama had kind of an infinite loop she got stuck in. We all ordered 4 lobster rolls at the Columbia Harbor House, and we got over there. We ordered it pretty quick too. We were sitting outside of Pirates, placed our order, got over there pretty much right away. We were kind of early, like 11ish, kind of in there. They were already starting to get a lot of people in there, and there was nobody at the mobile ordering window. Mom walked up. There was a cast member out front there looking at our phone, and she was explaining the issue, and then we went up to the counter, but they already had our order, so no problem. The only problem was they gave us french fries instead of potato chips, and then they just went over and gave us more potato chips, so I had a double batch of fries and chips. So I had plenty to eat. Lobster rolls were perfect as usual. Love those lobster rolls over at the Columbia Harbor House for lunch. After that, went over to Haunted Mansion. Had a fast pass. Oh, before that, I was waiting for the ladies to go to the bathroom, and Ken was stayed inside. I went out that side entrance exit over. It goes into Fantasyland a little bit, where the Tangled potty is, and I was going to show them a little Greco, but Pascal, you can go over there and watch Pascal, but nobody came out. Well, these two Disney bounding couple came over. One was dressed, one was like Peter Pan. The woman, I'm really messing this up if you saw the pictures. And the other one was one of the little sailors from Peter Pan. And they were so cute. They looked perfect, dead on, and I was able to get a selfie with them. So I was excited for that. That was fun. They were cool about it. I'd seen them come in the park early on, and I was so glad that I was able to get... We saw them in Fantasyland, Mom and I, when it was like nobody there, and we saw them come through. So it was cool. I was able to see them later and get my picture taken. All right, went over to Haunted Mansion. Actually got all the way in there and went through the first scene where the closing, collapsing room, and realized that we had a hair appointment at the barber shop for Ken and I. And I don't usually need my hair cut this soon, and I probably go too long most of the time. But since Ken was getting a haircut, I decided to get a haircut too, and I think it was like a 12:40 appointment, so we had to excuse ourselves from the Haunted Mansion. Lost our fast pass, although Judy kept saying we could go back, they'll honor our fast pass. We never did get back. We went over, got our haircut. We had a lot of fun doing that. I usually just get my head shaved from Mama. If you look at my Facebook profile, you'll see my picture with Baloo. My head is kind of pretty much shaved. But I had she left a little bit on the top, put some spikes in it, some gel, and pixie dust. Everybody got pixie dust in her hair. That was a lot of fun. They were really fun to talk to. Nice conversation with the barbers. We saw the Dapper Dans were out there with these like bells that they play in unison, which was a lot of fun to watch them. And I had hoped to get a fast pass. We had actually used up our 3 fast passes technically, even though we didn't ride Haunted Mansion. I wanted to get a fast pass for Talking Mickey, but it was not available till later in the evening. And I looked across, and there was a 20-minute wait line. And we said we're going to try it. We got in line, and as soon as we got in line, we all said, this is snaking around way too much. There's no way this is a 20-minute wait line. And so we got out of line. I actually had that little card they give you to hand to the cast member. Said, no, we got to leave. And we turned around, and it was a 70-minute wait line. So we almost got tricked by Talking Mickey to wait in the line for 70 minutes. Well, we had to get over to Bay Lake Tower. I did something stupid after telling everybody on the podcast, don't forget anything with your checklist. I got confused with Mom. I thought she had it checked off, which was some medication I take. And so I left it at home. We actually went over to Bay Lake Tower. Mom went down, got the address, and she's going to have Lindsay mail it out to me. We'll probably have it Monday when we're checking to Bay Lake Tower. And we sat in the lounge over there, the Outer Limits Lounge, had a nice drink. I was parched. We were a little thirsty too. I had to have a rum fizzle drink. Everybody had a nice... Mom had her lemon drop, and that was feeling really good. Another thing, when you get out of there, when you're getting on the monorail at the Resort Loop resorts, you have to do security. There's a bag check, and got to go through a metal detector. So did that, got onto the monorail, went over to Epcot. And the idea over at Epcot was first just go get a margarita. And boy, they are as good as I always have told you they are. They are fantastic. They are so large. The ice consistency is perfect. the taste, the the wow factor, immediately soothing. And we were pretty full from lunch, and we were getting ready for a dinner. We had a garden grill. It was Ken's choice to do the garden grill for dinner. We had a 6:40 reservation, so the idea was to just walk around World Showcase. And as we were sitting there, Mama had been messaging, I didn't even know it, with Heather Brainerd, which is Heather's a longtime listener and super geek, been part of the show many, many times. Great friend of the podcast, and her husband, they're here staying at the boardwalk. I had seen them post some pictures in the Facebook group over at Hollywood Studios, which was I can't wait. They posted the Baseline Tap House with a charcuterie board and California beers. It's a brand new place I haven't been to yet over at Hollywood Studios. That definitely is a must-do for this. Hello, little guy. Yes, I'm at the All-Stars, sitting down. Little guy is already upset. I don't know why. People are starting to trickle in here a little bit already. Oh, so I was so excited to meet Heather. We messaged each other back. They were, I want to say, not France. They were over on the other side. They probably came in through the International Gateway. And we said, let's meet up in Germany. They agreed to that. We made one stop off to watch the Chinese acrobats. And they were fantastic. They have a whole different show than I'd seen before. And it was really good. They're so good. They're really popular to see the Chinese acrobats. They have a group of girls and a group of guys that just do some amazing things. They had a girl doing juggling with basketballs with her feet, and there was these big rings that they were rolling around with. It was really fantastic. Very talented. Saw that. I was getting excited. Wasn't sure if Heather was going to walk by me. I kept looking for her. And then Germany's not that far. It's only a couple countries away from China. And I did see her waiting right in the middle of the pavilion with her husband, Rich. And I got all excited, ran over, gave her a big hug. And everybody came over. We were all giving hugs. As the beer line continued to grow, Rich and her husband, finally got into a line for the beer. The girls and Ken went over to the wines cellar and got a couple of wines. And then me and Rich had a nice conversation. Walked over and met them over at the wines cellar. That is a nice spot, by the way. I don't recall really spending much time over there. You could stand, have a few drinks. They have lots of different kinds of German wines and beers, and they have I would call it apple corn. A friend of ours used to always have, German friends of ours, apple liqueur. But we just had time for one drink, and we were laughing and talking, and it's great catching up with them guys. We're going to see them again today. We're hoping. We're having our official Nomad Lounge meetup over at the Animal Kingdom in the Pandora area, so looking forward to that. But it was so cool for that little surprise. Best part of the trip so far was meeting up with Heather. Thanks, Heather, for meeting up with us. That was awesome. Right, then had our dinner over. We had to rush over to have our dinner at the Garden Grill. It was spectacular. Everybody was just really saying how fantastic the food was. They have a pot roast beef, and they have Italian sausage with peppers and onions, mashed potatoes, green beans, turkey, and they have a side of French fries and macaroni and cheese, and a nice iced tea. Everything I was saying was really good. The sausage was so good. The beef, we were so stuffed. We were uncomfortably stuffed, which I didn't want to do. So stuffed that on the way back on the bus, we thought we actually canceled our breakfast this morning for Boma, which I'm a little bit disappointed. I got to decide, because I know our friend Madison is here and was going to meet us at Boma over at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, which I'm probably going to I hope I can get over there and still meet up with her. So, all right, that's it for now. We're going to hang around at the Animal Kingdom Lodge Villas most of the day. I don't know what I'm going to do. I hope our room gets ready early, and the weather's supposed to warm up even a little bit more. It was 68 yesterday, and I think it's going to be that or even a little better today. So looking forward to, the sun felt good yesterday. And I don't know, we're going to hang around in the lodge mostly and then do our meetup for early evening over in Pandora. Will I ride Flight of Passage? Will I take lots of boning or Dramamine or something and ride it? That is the question today. All right. Talk to you guys later. I'm going to warm up my coffee and go see what's going on back at the room. Yes, Ken and I are over at Kidani Village. Mama and Judy are at Animal Kingdom, transferring by bus because you can't go from a resort to a resort on the bus. So they've got the scooter. They are transferring over. We drove the car over here, and I didn't realize they had a little parking garage here. And we're looking for the lobby. Oh, we got a sign that says lobby, pool, and restaurant. That's good news. So we're walking down a hallway full of rooms, and we're going to wait for the girls to get here because they're going to want to check on our room at the front desk and see what time we can get in our room. It's only about 10 o'clock in the morning, and we plan on just spending the day here at Kidani. I believe no one's changed plans. Not sure what we're going to do. There's a game room. It's warm enough. 61 degrees. We were able to take our jackets off. Oh, here's Sanaa. I like the music. Sanaa is right there. There's a lounge. And we can see the animals. I got some ostriches out here, looks like. Some kind of birds. And there's some kind of antelope kind of deers out there. You can see them already. All right. Oh, we got a little viewing point here. Smells good too. Friendship doubles joy and halves grief. Egypt saying. Let's see. We can see the savannah, Ken. Let's see. We got any animals out here? How's everything in the savannah? Oh, there's some kind of woolly bison kind of thingies over there.
You can walk out there if you want. Yeah, you can walk out there.
Very nice.
I'm going to rock in the chair.
Oh, there's a big horned beef. Big cow out there. What's this thing called? Oh, it's a wildebeest over there. We got some wildebeest.
The little crane, the smaller bird.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I'm going to check the lobby a little bit. I'm in the lobby now here. Got a big window looking out to the savannah. It's a smaller lobby area. And we've got a few people arriving here, getting checked in. Really small lobby. Nothing like Jumbo House. We got a little gift shop here too. Jahari Treasures. Really small area. Oh, they do have a drink station here where we can get our mugs. You know, I just had this big realization that I could have brought my last year mug because with the coffee, they don't check the chip, I don't think at all. So I could have got all the free coffee I wanted without purchasing the mug. But, ooh, they have the mug. This is one of my favorite mugs in Disney World, the Animal Kingdom, with all the little Mickey heads, kind of in animal colors. Tigger, is that you? I love that one. Animal Kingdom Lodge has a mug. I like that one. $15 or $16. That's a good one. All right. It's cool. Maybe we'll take a walk out to see the pool. Hello.
Hello. You're in there.
Antelope I haven't seen in a while. But yeah.
What are these guys over here? Those?
Yeah, those are the addicts.
Addicts.
So they change color. They're actually a pure white color during the summer and a dark brown color during the winter.
Really?
Yeah, so they change the color. So
Why is that?
Desert animals. So for them, when it gets cold, you can imagine it gets cold.
Yeah.
And the
It's
white
been
color
cold
just
this
helps with water as well. So the sun isn't as...
Where do these cattle come from? They're from Africa too?
So they originate from Egypt.
Oh.
They got brought down to the central parts of Africa. So they're used not for beef and milk as much as other cows are, but more of a sign of wealth. So that's your Lamborghini of cows.
Lamborghini of cows?
Yeah. So they'll be often, their value would be more. So some African cultures still do what is called lobola. So it's almost like a trade offering for the hand of marriage for a wife. So the son that's the husband that's gonna marry the wife gives the cows to the father. So the father of the wife would get an X amount of cows depending on the daughter. So if she's royalty, if she's studied, what's her use? Like back then, obviously, what's her use in the village? So if she was maybe a doctor, or she knew about doctoring work, or she was able to bear a child and so on.
Okay.
It was specific things. So if she was, they'd obviously then judge you a little bit more. So if she was more beautiful than the other women's, it would maybe be an extra cow.
Just like here.
Yeah.
What's the value of the cow then in the community?
Changes. So from my community, we don't do it. Different communities.
Where are you from?
Different things. So South Africa.
Oh, South Africa. Sure.
Yeah. So different communities doing different things. Even in South Africa itself, the person sitting next to you can be more cows than the person to your right hand side as to your left hand side.
How big of a country is South Africa? If you went from one end to the other, do you fly from one end to the other?
Yeah. So it's if I'm not so from where I live, Cape Town is like maybe a 2-3 hour flight.
Okay.
Maybe 4 hours.
What are the neighboring countries?
So we have Botswana, Namibia, Mozambique. We have a country within our country called Lesotho. We have Swaziland, which is on the border between us. And Zimbabwe, Namibia, Botswana.
Where are you from?
So just above Durban is a town called Belito. So I'm on the very coastal side.
You live on the coast?
Yes. So
cool.
Belito.
But
this is my province. KwaZulu-Natal is my province.
William.
KwaZulu-Natal is on the east coast side. So province is the equivalent to almost like a county.
Why did the English settle?
South Africa's got they had a lot of minerals. We still have a lot of minerals.
Yeah.
We have Kimberley. There's them.
Yeah.
So Kimberley, there's what's called So we had the diamond, blood diamond, all that stuff. Yeah, so Africa controls a lot of had a lot of. It was also a good way to connect. So from went to India, brought from India.
Sure.
So
the colonies,
once again, why did they try and take over? It's like just more land, more resources. People got involved there, slavery. People from slavery.
Was the slavery trade big there in South Africa?
So not more central part.
Yeah,
so
that's what I thought.
The males in the central part and the females were generally a lot stronger. They are still a lot much bigger than we are. So if you look at your average. Let's say, for example, someone from Nigeria, they're probably averaging 1.8 meters to almost like 6 feet. So they're big gentlemen, and whereas South Africa may be a bit smaller. So the Zulu culture isn't as tall as the central part. We also had King Shaka Zulu. So I don't know if you know about him, but he was a great king of the most central to the southern parts of South Africa. He ruled most southern parts of Africa, and that might have also been an issue for them as well. So a lot more cost worthy.
Are they doing a tour?
Yes. So this is a part of one of our tours. So they do 3 tours a day now. And this is the midday one. So what they'll do is,
as a resort guest, you can do a tour.
Yeah. You guys need to go up to the front lobby. There's a whole bunch of other things that they offer as well. So you can go in the back of the barns. You can feed the okapi.
Oh, we can.
And the giraffe and stuff like that.
Good.
Sometimes
because we're just here for the day. Actually, we're doing one night here.
Yeah, so...
And we're just going to hang around the lodge
stuff.
so we can talk to them and get some stuff to do? All right.
Yeah, so we even night vision goggles that come here at night.
Oh, cool. Really? You have night vision goggles? There are a lot of animals out at night on the savannah?
So it also depends on the day. So they bring out food for them. They'll, like, go from one side to the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, it also depends on the animals during the day. Sometimes they're active, sometimes they aren't.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if they let them out, kind of at night.
Oh no, so at night they're out the whole time. It's just seeing them is an issue.
Are there barns that they stay?
Barns there. They go in for 2 hours a day, unless maybe there's a weather problem or something.
Oh, okay. But they're mostly out.
Yes.
Okay.
What kind of weather do you have down there in South Africa?
So it's a dry heat.
Dry.
So, yeah. So there was a new.
Somebody's not happy.
That's for the zebras.
Zebras are doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're naughty today.
They're naughty.
Yeah. So different parts have different weather. So we can range from having snow on top of mountains, so like negative degrees, to like 42, so like 120 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh,
wow.
really? In just that area, huh?
Yeah. So it can range 5-minute travel can change. So where I'm from is very hot. We have a lot of wind. So if you go like towards Pietermaritzburg, it can get very cold as well.
Mm-hmm.
Pelito isn't as cold as Pietermaritzburg can get, but it's also very inland as well. So that changes.
How are the beaches? Beautiful?
Oh yeah. So Pelito hosts an international surfing event. There's also another one called.
Now wait a minute, you got
Jeffrey's Bay.
great white sharks in that.
Oh yeah, but we have shark nets as well. So
Shark nets?
So
that's a smart
I'm
thing.
not saying they can't get under them or through them. So,
There it is.
Well, that's comforting.
I was just thinking of that.
That's comforting.
yeah, so
Do you have a lot of attacks with sharks on people?
not really.
You don't worry about it? Would you worry about it?
It's a bit. You don't go too far. Like sharks, if they're gonna bite you, they're gonna bite you once, and they're not gonna consume you. More often than the person will bleed out.
Yeah.
So technically, you do die from a shark attack, but you bleed out. You don't get eaten whole.
No. Yeah.
The main issue is just people, really. So
Yeah.
like,
You have a lot of seal.
someone that doesn't know how to swim and you try and save them, they knock you unconscious. That's the main issue.
Okay.
But
yeah.
they have lifeguards there all the time. Like
They have seal
to.
population there that they're feeding on?
So yeah, Cape Town has seals as well.
Yeah.
And penguins.
Oh, they like
that's
the
also
penguins too.
So they go there. So we have a colony of about over 2,000 penguins that live there. So that's on the bottom by Cape Point, Cape Town.
If you go down to the tip from where you are, I mean, is it a lot colder down there?
So we're Cape Town here. Yeah. So that's cold. That also gets cold sometimes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Because you're getting close to the South Pole.
And
you're not near the equator because you guys are.
Also the ocean's colder. So I'm pretty sure the wind that it brings through is.
I got you.
So they come from Cape Town and Johannesburg down to.
Are you here on a college program?
It's similar to the college program.
Yeah,
It's a cultural
the international
representative program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you still in school?
No, so I want to study after this.
Okay.
Maybe it also depends. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I want to study the right thing.
How long have you been here?
5 months.
Okay, cool.
Almost 6 months.
Nice. Thank you, William.
No problem.
Good stuff.
What are you looking to study? Any idea?
Most likely business.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that you can make more of an impact through that than whereas if you study like there's no ways, if you get like a doctor's you can get to a certain level and that's about it. Whereas business you can carry on going higher and higher.
Yeah, in corporations.
Yeah.
How's the economy there in South Africa?
So it's weak, but I feel the only way you can necessarily get rich is unless you own a business.
Yeah.
Or you doing something along the lines of that, like investing in property and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
It's all pretty much free democratic ruling country now, right?
Yeah. So we have our next door neighbor, he's a MIT specialist. So his house is like 3 times the size of my house. He hasn't been there for the past 2 years. He got a contract in Sweden. His whole family, they get housing there is free for them. They just pay for food. The business got him like an Audi. He's driving. The whole family's got Audis. They drive that around for business. Every fuel's paid for. He gets paid a large salary, and then what he does now, he rents out that house.
Who is this guy?
I'm not too sure his name. I've never met him. My parents know his name. I spoke to them on occasion about it, but it's not really a normal conversation. So that's what a lot of people do. So people from Johannesburg buy out houses there, holiday houses. So if they're not down on holiday, they rent it out to other people.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And then over years, they generally just pay it off like that. So like it can get to a point where people are paying 1,000 rand a night so like $100 a night for a person because of the specific event that's going on. So.
Cool. Oh. The girls tell you where they're at? Yeah.
Yeah, they were over at the other place, so they should be getting
Jumbo
here
House.
pretty soon.
Oh, did they drop off over there?
Yeah,
I just answered my wife.
said
We're gonna try to check in today and see if
on Busta Hotel.
how quick they can get us in our room. Well, thank you, William.
No problem.
Nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you. All the best.
Yeah, likewise.
Hey, geeks. It is Sunday morning, which of the first day of my vacation. At least it was supposed to be the first day of my vacation. We threw a couple of bonus all-star stays. And what an incredible Saturday we had here at Disney World. We really took it easy most of the day. I'm looking at my stepper, though. I still did my 10 miles of walking. And I think part of it is because of where we are at the Animal Kingdom Village here at Kidani. We are at almost the very end. So this walk and talk, I'm going to have plenty of time to tell you what happened yesterday. And I'm on my coffee walk, heading over to get some coffee. The voice is feeling a little raspy. But feeling really good. We had just kind of getting ready and getting the car all packed yesterday. Me and Ken drove over and first thing we did, we went over early in the morning. We were supposed to have breakfast at Boma, but we ended up canceling because we were so stuffed from the Garden Grill the day before. And we got a chance to come over here and meet Madison and her boyfriend. So that was really cool. Gave them some keychains. We got a whole bag of keychains we're handing out this week, which is a lot of fun. Something that Auntie Judy makes and is really popular with all our geekin' friends. So it's about 6:45 right now. And getting ready to go to Epcot today. We're transferring to the Bay Lake Tower. We got a 1-bedroom over at the Bay Lake Tower, hoping that's going to be way up high. Ken and I are going to drive over there. But yeah, continuing yesterday, we came over. We also got a chance to check out the animals. Ken thought it was really cool. We saw the giraffes out on the savannah here over at the Jumbo House. And we got to talk to one of the caretakers that was feeding the flamingos. They have a flamingo pen over near the pool. And then we went back to the room, got everything all packed up, drove back over here, our second recon, and saw the guard there, had a couple of laughs with him. We went over to Kidani, which is the second building just up the street from the main lodge, and went outside, and then we talked to a cast member there, which you've already listened to that recording if it came before this one. That was really fun. The young South African young man there told us all about his country. It's so much fun to talk to cast members. And let's see. We had our lunch over at Mara. Oh, it was really fun too. I met a listener, well, a future listener. Maybe she's listening to this right now. She saw my T-shirt as we were walking out towards the savannah. There's a Outlook post there, and she looked right at me and says, I gotta have that shirt. She didn't know the podcast, but she liked the design because she's an engineer, and that was really cool. I had a nice conversation. I gave her our card, and later on we were having our lunch over at the Mara Market there in Jumbo House, which is their quick serve. Just made it right at 11 o'clock for lunch. They just switched it over. And I actually ate my lunch fast, which is another story because Ken and Judy's lunch was really late coming up. They ended up getting it comped. They had a problem turning on something, and they didn't have her food ready, and they ended up comping her food. So I was out by the pool having a beer, and I am
I already back here to the main? See, when you get talking, you forget how long it is. All right. And they said, hey, that woman you met earlier that liked your shirt is here. I saw I came over, had a nice chat with her, and I think am I almost back here? Let's see. Yes, I am. All right. I am going to get my coffee, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Well, that's kind of a bummer. They're not open up till 7. Like about 12 more minutes before they open up for coffee. The little gift shop here is, I got a nice little sitting area. You can see out to the savannah. So I think I'll sit down here, actually next to the fire. If nobody's here. Yeah, nobody's here. Oh, I got some pillows here. Nice. Oh, very comfortable. Right. We went. It was still kind of amazing how fast. I thought it was just going to be a day. I thought we were going to have lots of time to just hang around and do nothing. And as it turns out, after lunch, we had planned to do our Geekin' family meetup at 3 o'clock over at the Nomad Lounge in Animal Kingdom. And so even, so at lunch was 11. Seems like we hung around there for quite a while. Got up to the room. We had to go down. Ken and I had to make a trip to the car, get some things for the girls. They were going to do some laundry. And all in all, by the time we sat down, it was 1:30. And we knew we were going to try to get over to Animal Kingdom starting out at 2:30, so I just had an hour to sit there and watch some TV, hang around. We had brought a couple beers that Judy and Ken had bought for me, some Yinglings, and had a couple of those in the room. Actually, the ladies, they were a little upset because we are 0 for 2 with the touringplans.com fax service, trying to get our room, a preferred room, and this time we have a 2-bedroom here, which is really cool for the one night at the DVC. And we went into the room, and the ladies actually were turning around and coming back because they wanted to go see if they could get a better Savannah view. They said, we got a parking lot here, but if you go in the room, don't sit on the beds, don't make a mess. As they went back to the front desk to see if they could switch our room, and I went out there and I sat out on the deck. Well, I couldn't believe we had all kinds of animals out there, and I could look over to the right. I could see the zebras and ostriches. There were 3 mule kind of guys sitting there looking at me. And there was an access road there, not a parking lot, where workers were working on the backside of it was kind of the backside of the savannah. And it's not like a full big view of the savannah, but it's like a thin area. But the animals are walking over there. There's a big fence that separates the zebras and the ostriches. And I just thought it was awesome. I said, I don't know what they're complaining about. This is perfect for one night. And it's actually a standard room, which is less points. Anyway, so yeah, I thought it was fantastic, and all in all, they came back anyways, and they couldn't get the room switched. And I think Mom had talked to Lindsay on the phone and said, "Mom, I know you worked really hard on the trip and stuff, and you're disappointed you didn't get what you wanted for a room, but you're at Disney World." I think her mood kind of changed, and not that she was that upset about it anyway, but they were just kind of having fun, seeing if they could change it. She said she put her best pout face on. But when they came back, we were sitting outside on the deck and looking at the animals, and then these little red warthogs or boars. I think they actually have a book there where you can look at and see what kind of animals. I think they're like little pigs. There was one mom and 2 little babies, and they were the cutest thing. They were running back and forth along the fence, and then they ran out in front of us, and they were really, really cute. And so the ladies were watching Mom and Judy, and they thought that was fantastic. So all in all, it worked out really well. Judy and Ken are taking the big king bed, and the big suite, bedroom suite. So the master suite, they got a big tub there, and I can't wait to see how they enjoyed that, staying in that last night. Mom and I had the deluxe studio, and that was fantastic. So room was great. And at 2:30, we headed on over to our Geek and Family meetup. Looking back on it now, we should have left a little earlier, because I looked at my watch, and by the time we were waiting for the bus, it was 10 minutes to 3. The good news is, of course, we're staying at the Animal Kingdom Villas, and we went straight over to Animal Kingdom, so it's only like a 5-minute ride, really quick ride on the bus, which is awesome. But then you got to get through security, and so I did message people in the Facebook group that we were running a little bit late, and some of them were already there, which was awesome. And let me tell you guys, this was just a dream come true. It was such a great Geek and Family meetup. I can't thank everyone and I'm just so excited that people came out to see us, and we got to meet them, had some great conversations. I had a beer, but I actually was talking so much I hardly had a chance to drink it, and I think we only had like maybe an hour. I think we had like an hour and a half there, because we were going on over. We had fast passes for the Navi River ride, and Mom and Judy had never seen it before, so that was all exciting. But thanks so much. I met Heather Brainerd and her husband Rich, and thank you so much, Rich, for taking the picture. We were fortunate enough to see them the night before, and Jamie McGee and Bert and their kids, and the cutest thing, Adeline, her daughter, 10-year-old daughter, had drawn me a Baloo. I think really like on the bus, or I think they said, and it was so cute. It reminded me of, when I was a kid and I played basketball. I played basketball in a town where basketball was really an important sport, and in my senior year, I was the captain of the basketball team, and we had a really, really good team. We ended up winning the league that year, almost won the state championship, actually, and we had a great following from the town. And this one little girl drew and wrote me a note one time and walked up to me and gave it to me before a game, and it was so adorable, and that brought back a little bit of a tear and a memory to me of that. And so, Adeline, thank you so much. You probably didn't even know that part of my story, but that was such a special thing. So thank you so much, Adeline. That was awesome. Oh, I got to meet Jeff Opolka, who actually works in the same company, but he works remotely down here in Florida, and his wife and daughter were here. And I had a really great time talking with Dave Youngward. We talked about podcasting, which was a lot of fun, and because he's starting up a podcast. He's got his podcast going, and I think it's with his sister, if I remember. I hope I got that right, Dave. I want you guys to come on our show, and we'll talk some Disney World. And I'm so excited to talk podcasting. It's a fun thing and hobby to do. So that was fun talking with Dave Youngward about that. His wife was there too, and Nancy Matthew was there. Also works with me and is remote down here. Has recently, probably the last couple of years, moved down here. And then, and Rich Spark from the One Little Spark podcast. He was there with his daughter, his 4-year-old daughter. Actually caught me in the line coming in, so we walked in up to the Nomad Lounge together, and it was just so great. I think back to when I wanted to do a podcast, and when I was learning about podcasting from back when I was going to the conferences and seeing the community that was built through those conferences, and the meetups that we had every year when we went to the conference, people that had a similar interest, and they were excited to see each other and meet each other for the first time. They only knew each other through the internet. At that time, it was blogging. One of the guys had a podcast. I always looked to him. He was kind of a leader of the group, and he would put together this meetup, and people would get a chance to meet each other. And yesterday was really the culmination of that dream, and was really something that was special to me. So thank you so much, guys. And we're going to do it again this coming Saturday. I hope it's as good as this one was. So, all right. I hope it's time to go get my coffee now. So I will talk to you guys in a minute. Well, it's 1 minute to 7, but they still haven't opened up the gate here to. Oh, I can see some animals at the Kidani in the lobby here. They have a big open window, wall-to-wall windows, and the sun is just a little bit there's just enough light out there. I can see somebody walking along a path, some kind of animal with horns, and hopefully they're going to open up the coffee here in a minute. But there's some people all sitting and getting ready to get their coffee too. Well, just continue after the meetup. We went over and did the Navi River Ride. Holly and Peter Burkes were there. They totally surprised me. I had no idea that they were going to be at the meetup. That was so great, guys. Thanks so much. And then they hung out with us for a little bit afterwards too. Oh, it sounds like the resort is waking up finally. All right, so we went and did the Navi River Ride. Oh, they're opening up the coffee, but I'm going to let everybody. You know what? Everybody's going to rush to the coffee, so I'll go for a little walk, come back. Yeah. Music is loud here. So Mom and Judy, I think, cried after the Navi River Ride. She thought that was just outstanding, and Mom, they both enjoyed that. And I gotta tell you, I'd heard so much about Santulli Canteen. It's everything I thought it was. We did our mobile order. It was actually, although it was really crowded at Pandora, tons of people around. Surprisingly, Santulli Canteen was not that crowded. Really didn't have to do the mobile ordering at all. There was hardly anybody in line. And it was it is so good, guys. And the flavors there. I had a beef and like a potato base. You can have like rice. And there's I forget, just look at the menus. It's really unique in the way you can mix and match, chicken or beef. They actually have they're cooking when we're walking in, I took a picture of the beef that they were grilling up. They got a window there. You could see them actually doing it. When we were leaving, they were doing chicken. And so, meat on an open flame is my thing, baby. That is awesome. I can't rave enough about Santulli Canteen, and I think people are finding out what a great new thing Disney has done and gotten really creative with their food choices. And Animal Kingdom is really great for food choices, if you ask me. It is fantastic. All right. Walk down here for a while, walk back, and then we had the Rivers of Light show. We went over and did the Rivers of Light. That was fun. I really liked the Fast Pass. I don't know, I felt like the angle there was even better than when we did the dinner package from the other side. The other side is kind of where the Nemo show is. I just thought head on, it seemed like a little better from the Fast Pass line. And that was good. You came out of there and we went over, watched the Tree of Life a little bit. And although still feeling tired, it was one of these things where it wasn't that late at night at all, but felt real late. But still, everybody wanted to go over and see excuse me. Wanted to see Pandora at night, and it is just fabulous. We walked around there. Ran into Heather Brainerd and her husband Rich one last time. They're leaving tomorrow. They were heading on over to Disney Springs, and I think they're leaving tomorrow. They actually rode some of the rides, I think, with Jamie McGee and Bert McGee. So that is so cool. The geeks kind of hung out together a little bit too. All right, now it's time for my coffee. Talk to you later. You can listen to the music. outside here to take a little look at the savannah, which is already starting to light up. And I don't see too many animals out here at the moment. It's kind of funny how these quick service at the resorts open up at different times. At the All-Stars, it was 6 a.m. And so I thought it was fine coming over here in plenty of time, but no worries. That coffee is really good too. I got a feeling that's a different Joffrey's than over at All-Stars. It seemed really dark, unless they just made it dark. Love the music here. That is a lot of fun. All right. Well, today on the agenda, Ken and I are going to drive the car over to Bay Lake Tower. I'm not sure if the girls have given us some kind of mission other than to bring our stuff over there. And, we'll do online check-in probably. Judy said, we're not going to go over there and try to beg for a room. Whatever we get is what we get. Because it didn't work yesterday anyway, so they're going to get on with the scooter and go over to Epcot. Hey! How are you?
Good.
Where are you?
Here.
Yeah.
So, where are you guys?
We are in 7659.
We are 7652.
That's hysterical. Are you guys staying here all week?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, this was just one night for us.
Oh.
We're going over to Bay Lake Tower.
Yeah. Bay Lake Tower's pretty awesome too, though.
I like it.
Yeah. You should come over to our room and take a look. We have a savannah view.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really awesome.
We were all upset because we didn't have. We're on the back side over there.
Savannah, yeah.
But the animals were walking all underneath our.
Yeah.
So that was fine.
Yeah.
That was just fine.
You guys have the what is it, the Pembroke Savannah.
Oh, okay. Is that what it is?
Yeah, and this side is the Sunset Savannah, and it has the giraffes and the zebras.
Yeah.
So like they have different.
Yeah, there was a fence there where the zebras couldn't come. They were all looking at each other.
That was on this. So
you just see if I posted a picture?
I wanted to be like, let me out, let me in.
Well, are you a DVC owner?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we own at Bay Lake Tower.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we own here. So
okay, good.
We own here and at Boardwalk and at Old Key West.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you come a lot.
So my parents started out small.
Okay.
And now that my dad's like, I just want to be able to come and stay for like 3 weeks. I'm like,
wow.
So pretty much this is their retirement.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I like that idea.
Yeah, so they come at like all the off-peak times. And see how long they can stay.
Yeah. Now they can enjoy their grandkids, right?
Yeah. Well, this week we're all here. This is kind of a nice one because they brought the rest of us too.
Oh.
A lot of times it's coming and staying in like a little studio.
Yeah. Well,
that's really awesome.
So the coffee doesn't open till 7. I was sitting out there waiting. Yeah, they just opened. So you're good.
Well, I'm the kind of anal BBC. I've got like 4 big tubs, and one of them has all the coffee supplies. One of them's got all the food. So the kids are already eating Cheerios.
I like this.
Oh, I wanted to tell. You gotta get the full figure.
The figure. Where did you get that?
Epcot.
Did you really? My daughter loves Figment. Oh, that is hysterical.
So last night, Anna was telling my daughter was telling her cousin, yeah, and we got you this awesome keychain from Mom's new best friend. So I just thought you've been upgraded to Mom's new best friend.
How old is she?
Anna's just turned 6 2 days ago, and Lainey turned 5 in November. So they're almost the same age. So
we have people that listen to the podcast, like moms who are listening with their daughters and stuff. And one of them yesterday we had a meetup at the Nomad Lounge yesterday, and she drew me a picture of my favorite character, and it was so cute.
Have you done anything on your podcast on the beads that they can do here?
The beads. You're talking about
the interactive bead things that they can do?
No, what's that?
So, around here in the animal kingdom, they have little strings, and I have my fanny package. Oh, go on.
Hey, get coffee. Yeah, go for it.
And so what they do is the kids go and listen or play an interactive game. Like the ones we've done them all in the past, but this time we're like, you go down and you do a tracking exercise where you try to look at they have animal poop and plastic or whatever. You're like, look, I found this. What kind of poop is it? Oh, it's giraffe poop, you know. And then they have footprints, and then you get a little tiny binocular bead, and then they give you strings of them, and if you get all of the beads, you get a master bead. Or
Cool.
But it's really gives you a.
No, I love that. I love having that kind of stuff that interact. We always talk about the interactive games they have in the parks.
Oh God, yeah.
Right?
Those are amazing.
Yeah. Well, get your coffee.
All right. Well,
we'll see you.
We'll see you around.
That was my new best friend, and she lives she's my neighbor now too. Isn't that funny? She's the young lady that is the engineer that I was talking about who saw my shirt yesterday. So much fun meeting up with guests and chatting. Yeah, so today, that was Ken just walked by to get his coffee too. And so we're going to head on over, drop the car off, and then we're going to go over to a full day at Epcot for the Festival of the Arts. And I know we got Soarin', Fast Pass, the whole deal. And dinner is Cape May, which I'm really looking forward to do the Cape May restaurant. Haven't done that in a long time. Gonna try some king crab legs, I think, and some seafood. And oh boy, the food intake. A little bit uncomfortable in the belly. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.
Oh, well, I'm back home now. Picked up the dogs. I can hear them barking down there. We picked them up from the kennel today. They were so excited to see us. Sadie was a little bit of a bad girl. But other than that, everything is back kind of to normal here on Sunday. And it was just an amazing trip. You're going to hear all about it in the coming weeks. I'm sure Mama and Judy and Ken and I will get together over at Judy's house and we will review the whole trip. That will take a long time because it was a 2-week trip. And the kids came down. Lindsay, her friend Ellie, I'm going to get them on the show, and I want to have Holly on too. We'll talk about their experiences on the trip. Maybe even Benjamin will have on. But we just got a call back from our son Harry, said he had a great time. He flew back to Boston last night. We flew in, like I said, got in real early in the morning. So cold here, and the driveway was all full of snow, but yeah, back to work in the morning, but I can't wait to tell you guys all about this trip through our live trip reports. We'll alternate that with other. And I want to, like I said, we had so many amazing meetups. I was having a count. I think I had met up with like 15 listeners, something like that. So it was just really awesome seeing. This was just awesome to see the listeners and meet them in person. It's like you've known them forever too. They're just wonderful people. So that was probably one of the biggest and best parts of the trip. And we'll get into all that. And I'll have maybe some of them on to do some of their trip reports as they were down there too. And I like that format when I had a roundtable. And I thought I talked to a couple of them saying that we'll have them on. So lots of fun trip reports coming up on the podcast real soon. I just want to do one shout out to my young listener, Livy. I understand from her mom posting into the Facebook group that she got involved in some kind of game that she had to choose a username, and she used our Geekin' on WDW as her username. So that is really cool. Thank you, Livy. I love giving you shout outs, sweetheart. Thanks for listening and being such a devoted listener. That is so cool. And thank you, Melissa, for letting me know. That was so cute. I saw that, kind of cheer me up as I get back into the routine back home here. That's so funny. Just as I was recording this, Mom came upstairs and jumped into my office and interrupted me there for a few minutes because Auntie Judy and Ken are visiting our pastor and his wife who moved down to Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia area, and they're visiting them there, and they FaceTimed us in, and they're showing us their house and having a good time visiting with our pastor who just left a few months ago, so we're still close with them, and it's cool that Auntie Judy and Ken were visiting there, so that was fun to see. Well, anyways, guys, I want to know, do you have a dream to go on a Disney trip? Well, I'm a official Fairy Tale Concierge travel agent along with EJ Cruz and Jennifer Galambos, and Fairy Tale Concierge is an authorized Disney vacation planner agency, and hey, I can tell you from firsthand experience, Disney World is a magical vacation, and nothing makes you happier than fun experiences, and you're going to treasure those memories for a lifetime. So glad to hear even though my kids are older, it's so cool that they can still come on vacation with us and have a good time. My son Harry was saying how he really loves the food, and yes, he's 26 years old, so he enjoys some of the other adult activity there down in Disney World. It is fun, and he enjoys spending time with us. And boy, I felt like we didn't really get enough time with each other, especially Lindsay. She was off with her friend Ellie, but we just had some great memories this past couple of weeks, and with good friends. Now we're going with Judy and Ken. We got all those great pictures I got to go through from the Memory Maker and PhotoPass. So I can't wait to do that. I've been sharing them on the Facebook group. But anyways, you got to start making those same memories with your family. We can get on the phone with you and customize your trip to fit your family needs. Got lots of experience with Judy and Mama will help us too. And if you've never been to Disney World or you haven't been there lately, I can really help you save time and money and create a trip plan that will really make your family trip a dream come true. Let's get started today. There's no obligation or cost to book your trip with us or get a quote from us. So you can go on to our website. You can complete the online quote form. It's really quick and easy. It's at geekinonwdw.com/quote. And then I'll get in touch with you and we'll get started. I've got a couple clients I'm going to be working with this week. Excited about that. So, I'm getting back from vacation and it's fresh in my mind. So love to work with people and share this experience with them also. Hey, the best part about podcasting in our show are the friends we meet and that we just met live in person and the trip ideas we share. There's lots of fun activity going on out there on our private Facebook group. It was fun for me to post there live Facebook videos. And would you like to be part of our amazing Geekin' family on Facebook? And it's a closed and private group. The geeks, they give me great feedback on the quality and positive discussion that we've maintained on our group. And lots of friends have been met through our podcast. It's so fun. It's getting more fun all the time. We're growing all the time. And if you want to qualify for that, you need to have a passion for Disney World and your vacations. You listen to our show and have fun, positive attitude, and just go out there, search for Geekin' on WDW on Facebook. Request an invite, and once you're inside, please introduce yourself and then say hi. There'll be a few questions that'll be asked, just so I know that you're not one of them trolls on Facebook. I'm so proud I kept up my Geekin' Gazette and my podcasting while I was on vacation for 2 weeks. And each week I sent out an email that has our favorite news story from Walt Disney World, a planning or money saving tip, and something interesting that our community is talking about. I was giving some tips that I learned as I was down there on vacation. But every week I'm going to send you an email, and when we've got a discount announcement from Fairy Tale Concierge and Disney World, we'll let you know about that. When you sign up for our email list, you'll get a couple of freebies, and one is a planning spreadsheet that we use to plan and track our days, ADRs, fast passes, and park hours, and which park we're going to be in. It's really nice to have that on your phone, like as a PDF. I used that for sure this past couple of weeks. And, we texted over to our adult kids so they knew where they were going to be, at least if they want to catch up with us. Sometimes it's not great. That's a great tip, actually. I passed that on to EJ recently. She was asking for tips, and you don't want to stay together all the time, even if you've got a party of 8, because you're really slow and everybody doesn't get to do what they want to do. So you get lots of great tips like that one, and that is on the Geekin' Gazette. Oh, I also have a travel packing checklist, and I did use this on my trip. I have so many things I need to remember, and I love checklists, and you can print that out. It's a horrible feeling on your way to the airport if you forgot something. You know, I gotta admit, I did forget something. I forgot my medication, actually. You know, that was the one I didn't communicate with Mama because she had her own list too. But I've got a checklist there, and do as I say, not as I do, I guess. But I definitely was using it for all my electronics, and that's why I've got all my recordings. But I plan to do some more freebies, hopefully get together some more tips and that kind of stuff for you. But if you want to sign up for the Geek and Gazette, go out to our website. It's right on the right-hand side rail there. You can sign up for that. Give me your email, and you'll get those. It takes like a day before you get the freebie email back in the workflow there. But go out and do that, geekinonwdw.com. Sign up for that. Stay in contact with us. You know, I've been here on Facebook. Who knows? Facebook may not be around forever, so I got to have my geeks on email for sure. You can email me at kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com, direct message me, or get a hold of me on Twitter. Also, you can leave us a voice recording when you're down in the parks. That's great to get live trip feedback. Geek Speak is what we call it. It's 860-294-4774. Thanks for supporting our show. I was so excited. I had my brand new computer down. I was nervous bringing it down there. I kept it in the safe a couple times. But yeah, I love checking up on the Facebook postings and Twitter. And thank you guys for reposting our Twitter posts and sharing our Facebook episodes. And hey, congratulations to Liz Cody for starting a blog. So I'll give you more information about the blog that she's just got started. I was just thinking about that. She always retweets our Twitter posts and our Facebook postings. So thank you, Liz. And keep telling your friends about the show. That is the best way to support us. Well, hey guys, thanks for going geeking on Walt Disney World with us. We really appreciate you listening and geeking with us every single day. Have a magical day, and I hope all your dreams come true.